from the CT side. It looks like the tick of the game has just been enabled. We'll be heading in game any second now, and it's going to be an exciting one. Amazing plays put out from that first map, and I can only expect that Vertigo will be as insane as that previous one, if not more. But it does look like it might be a little bit of an aggression. They want to make their way towards ramp, but they are collectively pushing as well. No lurkers either way. Quick will be the first responder, but the rotates have come in, and Maddie is hiding behind the sandbox there. Could potentially be very dangerous in this angle. Now, GamerS1337 trying to ease their way onto the site. Make their way onto it. But they're taking their time. They want to make sure they're covering all their corners, but they're throwing in the smokes in as well. They want to create the room. Flashes come in, and the nades as GI God tries to push through. Depression already falls down. They'll be able to find returns. Most of the kills go in favor of GamerS1337, but Mackie is the sole survivor now. But he's a winner 1v1. All the kills just went down in a matter of 10 seconds. They're all gone. Now, Mackie now against Poon. Bomb has been planted. Pound tries to find the shots, but it's Mackie to find the headshot in the end. And GamerS1337 to start things strong. 1-0 on the T side.
Good start, come down. It's already coming down to the wire these rounds. So definitely it should pose well for the game going forward. We'll see Grazhtas going for a force buy here, but obviously on the T side, on the CT side rather, there's limited you can do. Limited buys you can get through, or just a single SMG for Kvik, a assortment of deagles alongside it. It's not the best weaponry in the world compared to what the T side would have in a situation like this, especially if they got the bomb plant through. But right now, obviously GamerS1337, they have themselves the better weaponry and tend to make use of it. It's JL intends to try and take it away from them. This Deagle trying to find shots, but I mean nothing really connecting so far for the Grazhtas side. It's really nothing actually coming through. It's Mackie who's going to find the opening kill and pass on towards Matty. Butters, he's indomitable as always after a great showing on Mirage over towards that B side. Just in general, in fact, from Butters, he's able to at least carry a bit of that form through here. He's gotten a kill with the Deagle and looking for a little bit more. He'll try and hold this A site with the help of JL. But right now, Gamers, they aren't committed towards this A site. Not at all. In fact, the bomb's actually rotated over towards B site to make his approach over there. But, I mean, GamerS1337, they actually look very indecisive at the moment. They can't decide which way to go.
It does seem they're finally electing that A site. They only have a lurker towards B, and he's there to catch out the rotates and cause noise and potentially cause rotates over to the other side, making that A site completely open. It's technically theirs for the taking at this point. Now the rotates come in from JL and Quick, but it is looking late. The bomb has been planted, and it is a 2v2. Now, Guy is able to find that AK-47 of his fallen teammate. They'll start trickling in. Shot connected onto Guy, but he knows he can play safe. He knows he doesn't have to aggress, and at this point, he's got a really nice angle onto them. Spray coming through as well. He's done a lot of damage, and Itsuo could actually win this 1v3. He's already found one. Can he find the two to rest? He's down to 20 HP. Goes for the peak, but Poon has got the better angle on him. No kit required. And Grazhtas, with that force, are able to win this one.
Well, it's already chopping and changing this game. We'll see what Grazhtas are able to fall through in this next round. I mean, they've got plenty of weaponry to buy up. Only 2 players surviving. There's obviously a couple of weapons brought through, but the rest of the team do need guns as well. And that's going to be a bit of an issue for them because they did force buy into the round, but they end up with actually pretty decent weaponry, a little bit light on utility for a couple of players, but a few M4s and then that saved AK and the Galil do start to make things pretty good for the Grazhtas side, as the initial trades towards the A site do favour Grazhtas 2-1. So I was looking for an opening to try and get them back on track here, but a spam from Grazhtas is making things very difficult for gamers to try and push forward, making it difficult for them to set up. But GI, a huge nade onto Butters, will take him out of action and give the Gamers Elite side that 3-on-3. But it's not going to matter if Matty's just going to spray you all down as you try and push in towards the site. Grazhtas will take the lead, they'll take the second. And this is the initial exchange over towards a ramp. JL getting that opening kill. And actually a follow-up from Butters through the scaffold there.
Yeah, and first responder to that was Butters. He was able to find those first frags of that take, of that push, and the fact that he's been able to do it on that previous map on Mirage time and time again just proves he's such a solid performer when it comes to the CET side and such a solid holder. But it wasn't Matty to get that beautiful spray down, that beautiful 3K in the end, and gave his team that simple win. But it's a pistol push now from GamerS Elite, and they're trying to make themselves on the site, but the spray downs from the rifles come through. Depression is the sole survivor, and they having none of it. No kills go their way. It's a need to finish it off. And Grazhtas have found the 2-round differential, 3-1. And what an economy that has started to build their way. They can only start building that. And GamerS Elite will try and match it with a buy of their own now.
You know, these 5 AKs could be exactly what GamerS Elite need, but initial trades actually go 1-for-1. And so Matty gives them the opening, gives them that advantage, gives them the 4-on-3 that Grazhtas wanted, and we're starting to see exactly why Grazhtas have picked Vertigo. We're starting to see exactly why they were able to take down Isuba on this map earlier on in the playoff bracket, and, well, right now, GamerS Elite, they're going to try hitting towards this B site, a pretty hard site to take on Vertigo. Generally, it is go A simulator, but right now they're going to try that B site. A lot of damage being done, and JL's going to mop himself up too, leaving just GI on his lonesome. But one shot, he almost spray transfers to a second. But JL, he swings in for the third with the USP, gets the Grazhtas side a fourth, and forces the GamerS Elite side back onto just a min buy here, because no bomb plant through means no force buy through.
It does indeed, and it is JL this time to get the spray through the smoke, and that replay just showed that it was completely blind. It's just walked into his bullets and was able to get his kills. Now, Pound opening the round for himself, and he was quite been able to find much. As I say that, Inzuo interrupts me and the squad of Grazhtas on this defense, but quick. Is he quick enough? Not quite able to do so. Not quite able to produce the kills on the defense now, and it looks like Grazhtas are a little bit on the back foot right now. 2 versus 3. Rifles picked up as well for GamerS Elite. It looks like they might not go for this. They're just going to take the slow approach if they are. It looks like they might actually have a chance. They do have some util to play with as well. Matty is the first to push through. Nade's coming through. Izuo to look to play aggressive, and he gets both frags right there, right then. Izuo deletes the play, and GamerS Elite are still into this, still hanging on. Not letting Grazhtas to run away with their map pick. Doing a lot of work. Oh, that's beautiful. Izuo with that frag as well, and double in the end. Good stuff by this man. And if he's able to produce more kills like that, GamerS Elite could definitely catch up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very individual round from GamerS Elite. Not necessarily a tactical masterpiece, but certainly a round that's that Grazhtas should have picked up. And those are rounds you can't let slip if you are Grazhtas here. Being down a map, this is obviously your map pick. You've had a decent start. Let's just solidify things on the CT side. Make sure that the GamerS Elite side aren't going to be able to get themselves momentum on the T side, because it is a slightly T-sided map, Vertigo. So you are generally hoping for sort of 8 or 9 rounds on that T side. Ooh, Freshen has just absolutely obliterated Matty there. The boost not going to work out for Grazhtas, and now they're down a player. So that's not fun. I'll use a bit of utility to hold back the GamerS side for the time being, but certainly GamerS have themselves a good opening, and kind of push forward. Kvik, he's only able to find one. It's actually Butters who gets the kill. Kvik finding nothing. His ego's down. It's still the 4-on-3, but not until Butters finds one onto Mackie. 3-on-3 ensues, and the Grazhtas side have been able to bring things into an even situation before the bulk of this hit towards A comes through, and there's only 20 seconds on the clock. Things not looking all too clean, but Itzuo does push through the smoke, does find Butters, and gives the GamerS side a good opening, but JL on the site, he's found two, he's found three.
Man.
Huge shots from JL there, and what a beast he is to find the round for Grazhtas. I mean, only one player surviving, but it's going to put GamerS back in their place. Huge
What
shots,
a clutch
great
from
shots.
JL. Yeah, what a clutch by him. Oh, I must be very happy with that one. And Depression is happy he spotted that play going on as well. Grazhtas are able to get another round for themselves, and it was so close. It was a 1v3, but he made it happen in the end. Beautiful stuff from JL. With that AWP, he's proven time and time again that he's very dangerous. Now, with it, he'll be holding ramp for now. And it looks like it's a buy round from both of these teams. You mentioned that this map has tended to be a little bit more T-sided than CT-sided, and but this hasn't been the theme, at least for this map right now. Butters able to find one frag, solidify their defense. The reason that this map can be T-sided is because of the rotates. If they have the good lurkers, and the rotates take a while to come in, and the retake potential is not really there. But so far, if you don't allow them to enter the site, they're not going to win rounds. But right now, it looks like GamerS Elite have found that entry. All players are pretty low right now, but JL, that's not the weapon you want. You're up against these types of players. Is able to find a kill onto Mackie, but has to fall down to 22 HP. Yeah, if he had a rifle and knew how low every single one of these players was, I reckon he'd go for it. But he'll want to save that AWP onto that next round and see if he can hold it on and perhaps cause some damage later on. But it is looking a little bit dangerous here for Grazhtas. Their economy is running low. At this point, you really need to get these wins in the bag to keep on extending that CT advantage. But no, they're not able to do so. And that AWP will be successfully saved, while GamerS on the other side do save 3 weapons of their own, 3 rifles in their arms onto this. And get a little bit of a replay how that previous round unfolded.
JL, that single AWP does manage to scurry back towards the site to rejoin with the pistols, but Grazhtas have had a bit of trouble trying to defend this B site in a couple rounds here, and I mean, GamerS Elite have been good in exploiting that, but it's a flaw that Grazhtas needs to try and tidy up. As JL, well, there goes Mackie. It's a long way down. A long fall, some would call it, as it's an opening kill for Grazhtas, and a weapon that can be collected as Butters towards B, or towards A rather, has been able to collect a kill as well, dealing a killing blow onto worst player. Now leaves Grazhtas in a 5-on-3. This is not what GamerS Elite hoped for coming into this round against majority just pistols. There has been an AK recovered as well out of all of this for Kvik. As the GamerS Elite side, they're going to try pushing in towards this towards this B bomb site rather. And well, Kvik with the rifle is waiting here, hoping to find a shot. He does have support from a couple teammates. JL is around with the AWP as well, so this bomb site is very well defending, and Kvik is going to peek out for the first. Takes down Depression, leaves it just up towards GI and Itzuo, but Kvik, a second kill comes through, make it all 3 as he denies the B bomb site for the GamerS side. And Grazhtas will keep the lead, they'll keep plucking up rounds in this first half on the CT side, and they'll put themselves on a tidy little 6. That is oh my god! A shot from JL. Did he even really see him there? Through the box, to the head, you know. Casual as you like.
Casual Saturday, as I like to call it. But at this point, Already 2 players being burnt down to the ground. They've gone up in flames, crisp to the wrist. And that Kvik now is finding all the rest. 2 kills to his name after that. Maddie as well. And that was a very, very quick round going over to the side of Grazhtas.
Very, very quick. It was over before I really realised it started.
It did indeed.
But we do have a pause coming through, and you know, this workspace is pretty messy, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm not really surprised the pause is coming in at this point. Gamers Elite tried their attempt. We get a little bit of a replay here, Mackie. There's a few replays of the entire match. Okay, it wasn't that previous round, but yeah, it is getting a little bit messy for them. Not quite able to find the right openings, right strategical fronts. It's like Grazhtas is always getting the better of them and finding those frags early on by either an orthodox position or a boost, or even if they just trickle in, they manage to get the sprays down and shut them down before they even get the bomb down. And this is why Grazhtas is really strong here, because if they really are good at getting those early advantages, even on the CT side. They don't have to be proactive, but their positioning isn't even that aggressive. It just outmaneuvers whatever GamerS Elite has been able to produce so far, and that's why they are so dangerous on Vertigo. They produce puggy plays that are unexpected and somewhat unorthodox half of the time. And it definitely catches GamerS Elite off guard, as it does with so many other teams. They are on the verge of growing their lead, growing their advantage, the economical advantage, but already it's a 1-for-1 trade. Pound has a lot of info right now. Not quite able to find the spray down, but he's able to get 3-2 out of that trade, excuse me. And Mackie now will fall down finally. So 2 casualties over to the side of Grazhtas with that eco from GamerS. Yeah, their lead is extending quite a bit. We saw that in the previous map, but the tables have turned. It was GamerS Elite that had that early lead, but now it is Grazhtas. Can they keep this happen? Last time, GamerS Elite, Grazhtas were able to close things up a little, managed to get close. Although GamerS Elite were able to close out the game, it wasn't as one-sided as the beginning was. Now, can GamerS Elite do the same thing that Grazhtas were able to do that last round? Can they catch up? Can they start closing out rounds? Now, they are on a bye round, and they could definitely be on their way to do so.
Five rounds of difference. I mean, GamerS Elite, this is already not a great first half for them. On the T side, you generally hope for more already, but Grazhtas are netting things down pretty quickly on these rounds. There's a lot of damage done towards Mackie there. Matty does just finish off the kill onto Mackie and gives the Grazhtas side the opening. Is even going to be able to follow up onto Izuo as well. JL through the wall is going to absolutely obliterate depression, and that is probably how he's feeling right now after that shot. As it is just worst player in GI at 2 versus 5, and a 9th almost certainly being posted here for Grazhtas, as Kvik is watching the angle with that secondary up, takes down GI, leaves it all up towards worst player, who may have himself a kill maybe to come through, maybe 2 if he's lucky. Anything more than that is going to be a bit too outrageous for my liking, I feel like. As he does get the first, it's a very quick trade. It is the 9th for the Grazhtas side. The Drillers.
And now, Maddie's position early on in this round endorses what I previously mentioned. Grazhtas are able to get some unorthodox positioning in, but they're not even aggressive positioning, but because they have the players to support the play, they do have the refrag potential coming into these plays. So even if they lose a play at that point, they can refrag. But now, GamerS Elite seem to be on a little bit of a shaky buy. They've got some SMGs and rifles coming in. They've already been able to find some frags, but the shutdowns are coming in from Pound right away. Mackie now has got an AK in his hands, fully brought down, but will get shut down by JL, and it's double digits right now for Grazhtas. And quite frankly, they still have economical advantages to go for. Mackie, as he fully bought that previous round, will have to stick with a Mac 10, and yeah, Grazhtas looking very strong on Vertigo, and I'm not surprised at all that they've managed to pick this one up. They're doing very well on the CT side. And if you're GamerS Elite, you have to be worried at this point because this is looking like it might be going to a third map.
Yeah, this is an absolute blowout right now. This is even worse than the first half of the initial, well, at the start of the first half of Mirage at least, as games are just getting punished over and over again. Butters, he's found the opening kill into depression, and he was an absolute star in Mirage as well, Butters, and he's doing it here as well. Matty, it's actually going to give himself up there to Idzuo. So Grazhtas do need to be careful they don't give themselves like they're not being too overzealous with these shots. As I mean, sure, whatever, Butters, just peek into an AWP and win the duel. Fair enough, I guess. As worst player creeps his way in through the B site, who's going to spot each other first? Well, now they definitely know he's there. Oh, caught between a couple targets. He is able to get at least one of them, but the T's, the finding kills. It's Butters who again answers the call of duty. And it's 4 kills for him in the round. This is absurd. One man can't be this good at Counter-Strike. He's 18-7.
But it looks like he is, as you just mentioned, 18 kills to 7. Butters is popping off right now, and it looks like he can keep on popping off. He's doing so well in this game, and it's just such a pleasure to watch this Lithuanian popping off. Now, another round underway, and it looks like it's going to be an early start, but this time it's GamerS that find the early advantage. They are 1 man up, but as I say that, Pound was actually able to get 1 kill of his own. So things are equal. Only health-wise, they do seem to have a little bit of a HP advantage, but shouldn't be too much of a difference. It's all about finding that first angle, finding that first frag. And both players from Grazhtas are a little bit spread up, so getting a frag onto entry here is absolutely vital. I think Butters has spotted out worst player here, and the rotate has come in as well. It's a 2v2, but both kills are found here from GamerS Elite, and they're able to find one final round before the half gets finalized. Look at that blue on the scoreboard there. The CT side of Grazhtas was absolutely insane, not letting gamers get an inch of momentum through that. Beautiful stuff. But yeah, GamerS Elite have a tough task ahead of them if they want to get the lead now. And it is most likely looking like a third map at this point.
Almost definitely a third map. I mean, an 11-4 lead on the CT side of Vertigo. That's pretty much you're done. That's pretty much you tapping out if you are GamerS Elite. So wait and see what they can produce here in this pistol round. Maybe they can find a few rounds back. Maybe they'll get a bit of momentum on their side. You never know. But I am not going to be saying that they can bring this one back to a close scoreline, or even definitely not to a win. Maybe to a close scoreline, but anything more than that is a little bit too far-fetched, as JL does find the opening. Grazhtas start their T side off pretty well.
Yeah, they do indeed. Bomb planted, 1 kill going their way, and it's a 4 versus 5 retake. Not the best numbers if you're the one attacking, and quite frankly, they don't have much util either. Only Kevlar and a defuse kick on depression. Smoke coming down as well. They're going to try and stick it. The body plot comes in, but JL has a right angle to stop it. But he'll try and defuse once more. He might have actually done it. I don't think they know that he defused, and he's done it. He's defused. Idzuo through the smoke. What a mad, the knife comes through in the end, but what was that? GamerS get the first round of that half, and what a round that was.
I'm in shock. I mean, I assume in all the chaos I didn't hear the tap coming through, or it didn't really register with them. Obviously, they took down the first diffuser. Didn't hear the second one, I guess. But, I mean, a 5th for GamerS Elite, fair enough. But we'll see if it can continue into the second half for the GamerS Elite side. It's going to be a very, very tough half if they do want to collect it, as Butters gets the first with the AK-47 that was brought up. That nade is huge, and they actually are going to be able to give themselves a 3-on-2 here, the GamerS Elite, but Kvik and Pound still alive. They can still find damage. They can still find the round here, as it's going to be Kvik working his way in towards this B site, getting it into control for the T side. And, I mean, there's going to be a flank from GamerS Elite coming through shortly, but is it going to be quick enough? Are they going to be able to spot it out, Grazhtas? As Kvik's going to be pushing forward to try and meet the CTs there. He's waiting for a player moving over the boost. And Pound's going to focus his efforts now towards a ramp. He spots out the player coming from behind and will actually take him down. That's the flank dealt with. And now the Grazhtas side, they can just focus on the front. As Kvik probably has both these kills dead to rights. But no, depression will get it. The first one. Pound can only manage a second for himself. And it will be the ground for GamerS Elite. But it's a very, very close round against the force buy from Grazhtas. As a 6th will be posted. A 7th probably coming in afterwards in a moment. But Grazhtas, I assume, probably going to get a bit of a min buy through here. Obviously, with the bomb plant money in their favor, they're going to go for a force buy. Okay. They'll go all in. They believe that bringing it down to 1v1, they can break GamerS here.
Yeah, what I'd like to point out is that Depression in that round just was able to double his kills that he previously had. He wasn't having the best of games on Vertigo. It seems like it's not his favorite map. He's not just feeling it after that one. He's not that comfortable on it. But they do have a little bit of an opening here, a little bit of a silver lining, and as long as you have silver lining, there is hope. Now, it seems to be a little bit of an aggression here from Pwn. Minimal util for them to push with, so it has to be swift, it has to be quick, and it has to be successful if we want to get onto here. A couple of pre-fire shots coming through. Pound finds one, and that's the opening they might have needed. Spray comes in from Butters, adds to the fray. But Izura now is still there and defending. The bomb hasn't quite made its way onto that A site yet. It's there rotating. GI is still there holding. There is a defender onto that B site. But there's still fighting on going on at A. But look at that. The bomb will make its way towards that B site. GI knows that they are coming. The shenanigans are on their way. He's down to 7 HP. Brings down Maddie to 11. But he'll repossession now. Will he catch them off guard? He could potentially do a lot of damage from that position. Potentially get a couple of kills as well. But the bomb has switched its sides. They've changed yet another time. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. And they do have time to make their way into that A site. Quick. Can he make quick action on to GI right now? Will he be noticed? Yes, he will aggress. He will get shut down, but I think it's too little too late. Because right now they're trying to make their way into that A site, but Idso is there holding it, doing a ton of damage, gets one kill and brings one to 8 HP. But now worst players rotated as well. JL on the fray. It's a 1v2 right now. Idso turns around, but Quick can pick him up. 2k for the man this round. Grazhtas back in it. 2 rounds were able to pick up one after the other there for GamerS Elite. But it looks like Grazhtas have found their stride on the T side and they're looking to get more.
Fair play to Grazhtas. They sensed blood in the water and they do make their attack. And they're able to deal a killing blow to the economy of GamerS Elite. And they have to go for a force buy this time, the GamerS side. And it's not working out at all. Early days here. Butters with 2. Matty with one of his own. It's now just Depression and GI. Make it just Depression. And a feeling that is mutual among the GamerS side, I think, on Vertigo. It's now all up towards a scout, but Butters will get himself a 3rd kill in the round. I mean, all 5 of these GamerS, all of these Grazhtas players, sorry, are surviving as they find 13 on the board, and those force buys early on into the half have definitely worked out well for the Grazhtas side. Nice shots as well, clinical aim.
Oh, for sure. And that round was classic Grazhtas. Aggression. Pure and utter aggression. They just went in, got the frags, and got out. That's it. Nothing else, nothing extra. It's all pure skill, and it works out. Mackey's able to find 1 kill, and worst player is also there to fend off, and the flash comes in as well to help out in the situation. And it is a numbers advantage here from GamerS Elite, but Maddie is able to find 1, make things equal, but the pressure's looking to get more, he's looking to get greedy, he's looking to get kills, and he is successful in doing so. The superior firepower play from Grazhtas didn't work out because the depression is there to hold, and it looks like you've awoken the beast. They haven't had enough just yet, and they've started to close down the round advantage here from Grazhtas. There are 6 rounds that separated these 2 teams, but it is definitely doable. I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Certainly so. I mean, I still don't think GamerS are going to be able to pull themselves to a position where they might win this game.
Oh, Matty.
But that is certainly a decent start, but good replies from the Grazhtas in return. It is going to be a 3-on-2. It is going to be GamerS with the advantage, but only for a moment, as JL, he'll secure himself another kill. But GamerS, they stacked so many players towards his A site early on that it had to work out for them. Matty's now the last player alive, a 1v2. He has the bomb. That Molotov will hold him back for the moment, and he senses a flank that isn't actually going to be coming through, I don't think. Although GI, I think, is he going to be coming from the ramp? I think he will be coming from behind Matty, and we'll see if Matty anticipates this. I assume Depression's going to try and bide as much time as possible for his teammate to get into a position for this flank, but Matty rotating around to the scaffold. Is GI going to read this one? Surely he has to when he sees he's not going to be here. But no, Matty, he gets the shot, and now it's just a low HP for Depression. He's going to tap the bomb, he's going to hold the bomb, but Matty takes the peek, and it will be a 14 for Grazhtas as they're able to close it down even in a 1 versus 2. Huge plays coming through, and I mean, initially Mackie gets that first, a huge flashbang from Depression. He gets a second with the spray through the smoke. JL, nice kill from him. But all in all, it is Grazhtas who still end up on the 14th, and once again for GamerS, it's a low buy, it's a couple Deagles, it's a couple MP9, and it's a FAMAS for Rinso.
Oh my word, that round. It did seem that it could have gone GamerS late side. Depression did some solid job in returning some frags before the bomb got planted, but it was the clutch there, the 1v2 that allowed Grazhtas now to be 2 rounds away from the win. But yet another time, Grazhtas looking to go aggressive early on. GI is able to find one kill over the B, and that's an attempt shut down, and there are 3 players dedicated at just under ramp. Butters also opens things up in the middle of the map. And Inzuro now could come head to head, but he's going to smell it. He's going to smell that there's something cheeky going on, because he's going to run back and be able to survive for the time being. Spray comes through, able to do a lot of damage. 5 HP now and quick, but he's not dead, and that's what's important. 3v4 in this one, and JL is able to find another one. They're on the verge of match point right now. Depression here to join the party. But it is a 1v3. There is difference. It's going to be difficult. Turns 3 HP onto JL, but it's Grazhtas on match point, and surely it should be able to end this round at this point. GamerS elite. The money is bare minimal. It's pretty much non-existent for them. Only pistols and Kevlar will be able to ball up for this team, and perhaps some util as well. But that's going to be it. Swag 7 over to the hands of Mackie. Scout for Depression, and GamerS elite should be going to map 3 right now.
Definitely should be, but worst player has a little bit to say still in this one as he takes the first kill. Quick headshot with the Deagle will allow Mackie to pick that AK up, and certainly there's still opportunity as he goes aggressive with it as well. Finds himself another kill. There is a trade, though, finally coming from for the Grazhtas side to at least keep things in a somewhat decent position. Kvik with another leaves these GamerS elite players falling 1 by 1, a 3-on-3, and 2 Deagles and a Scout are all that remains for this GamerS side. And worst player actually just missing the rotation there of the bomb. He's going to clear out the A ramp, make sure nobody's there, but there is Kvik aggressive towards A itself, trying to hold a couple rotations over in that side. It's GI who's going to be under pressure towards B, but with his teammates falling 1 by 1, he has to try and delay the advance, and he can't do anything. It's Depression alone, a 1 versus 3. He gets the first, but can't reset the Scout quick enough for the trade kill, or for the second kill onto Matty, and it will be Grazhtas taking a very convincing Vertigo.